Well, good morning and welcome to another little adventure. Different adventure today. I am out in my canoe. I'm at a place called Carter's Lake, which is North Georgia but south of LJ, north of Canton, that kind of area. And it's January, it's 2019, but it's still pretty much in the depths of winter. So I've come out here today because there's a bay here where there's a lot of dead old trees, and they only really appear at this time of year when the water in the lake is low. So I'm in my canoe. I've brought that today because I can get an awful lot more equipment in the canoe and get to the location without having to hike in on the trail. I have been there before. It's a beautiful location. Not sure on the weather yet today. It's cloudy at the moment. It's supposed to be clear blue sky day, so we'll have to see. Right now I'm heading up the lake a little bit because I've spotted a little island that might make a nice atmospheric shot just while this morning misty sort of weather is here. Weather's around about freezing, so it should warm up quite well into the afternoon. Now, the other thing I've also done is I brought my infrared camera with me today. Knowing that it's going to be a blue sky day, I thought infrared, black and white, that kind of picture might be better. And I might stay for sunset. We'll have to just wait and see. So let's go see what we can find. So this is the island that I was talking about. Pretty difficult in the canoe to actually keep the camera steady on there. So this shot is either going to be handheld or certainly a fast shutter speed. But I like the layers of the trees behind and the misty look, and obviously the little island there, it stands out because it's a lot closer to the lens. I've got the telephoto on, shooting, not sure, probably around 100 on the crop sensor. So this is the island picture that I took, and I just wanted to go through it quickly with you. So I've made it into a portrait or letterbox shape because I like the thirds here. We have the sky, which looks white, but that's because of the low-lying mist and cloud. Then we have the band of trees in the background here, showing good separation between the trees, but still quite a lot of detail. And then obviously the water down the bottom here. Not really liking this buoy here, but that could be taken out at any time. So not a bad start to the day. Looks like the sun's coming out. So the blue sky that it forecasts is probably going to happen. One thing I'm a little worried about is that the water seems a lot higher than normal, so I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to get my trees. They might all be submerged, or at least mostly submerged, but it's just fantastic to be here. Look at this. Not a drop of wind, blue sky, out in the lake. Just fantastic. Here, I'll spin you around and have a look at this. sure if you can see the tree down there below the water, but that was what I was coming to take pictures of today. And unfortunately, as I suspected, the water is just a little bit too high. Actually, it's a lot too high. The last time I was here, it must have been a good 10 feet lower, and all of these trees were showing up and created quite the scene. So I'm not sure what we're going to take pictures of today, but it doesn't look as though it's going to be these trees. Nothing like a cup of Bovril on a cold day to warm you up. But it is a beautiful day, and it's a shame. A little bit frustrated because it's a fantastic, beautiful day. The blue skies come like I anticipated, but as with planning with lots of landscape photography things, if you forget just one little thing, it can throw everything out. So let me run through exactly what's happened today. I got up early, I packed the canoe, I got all of my gear ready, I remembered batteries and filters, and I remembered the camera. I packed myself a lunch, I dressed warm, and I came all the way up here to Carter's Lake. The one thing that I forgot to do was to check the water level in the lake. So normally at this time of year, it's the middle of winter, and normally they drop the level on the lake down about 10 or 15 feet lower than this. But for some reason today it's not like that. So the trees, which I wanted to take the pictures of, only the tops of them are showing up out on the lake. Some of them they're a little higher, but the majority of them are either hidden by the lake or they're just showing the very tops. So I'm not going to be taking any photographs of those today, and well, I guess we'll just have to go for a plan B, won't we? So what is plan B, may I ask? Well, just to give you an idea of timings, last night there was the big vote in the British Parliament for Brexit. And of course, Theresa May, as you all know now, got a resounding defeat. So everyone's calling and saying, well, what is your plan B? And I don't believe she has one. In fact, nobody believes she has one. And I don't have one either. No plan B at the moment. So I'm just looking up there because there's a large bird of prey in the top of the tree there. I'm just wondering what it was. Anyway, I'm just going to scoot around the lake a little bit. I'm going to follow the contours of the lake, see if I can spy anything either for now or for later. And you never know, might find something. We'll just have to see. Always positive, always looking forward, and just going to enjoy today. Alright, see you in a minute. Well, that's me almost back to the boat ramp now, and well, I've had a good scout around Carter's Lake. It's a beautiful place, no doubt about it, and a wonderful day. It's a shame that the trees that I came to photograph weren't available, but you know, it is what it is. And although I did scout around quite a few different places, there's nothing that really caught my eye and nothing that I wanted to really take the time to take a photograph of today. What I do quite often see is the trees, they're close to the water and they have their roots coming down over the rocks and into the water, You see that on a number of occasions and it looks like it might make a nice image, but it's only really half an image, and there was no particular one that I liked more than any other. There's very few old growth trees here, so nothing gnarly, nothing too big. Nonetheless, it's been a great experience and a wonderful day. So I'm going to put the canoe back on this trailer and head back towards the house. And if I get a chance, maybe I'll take a couple pictures on the way. We'll just have to see. Out for now. So I'm sitting up here on the top of the dam at Carter's Lake. In fact, this is Carter's Lake behind me. That's where I've been out with the canoe today. It looks real pretty, doesn't it? The sun will be setting down over east over here later on in a couple of hours time. But I don't think I'm going to hang around. I'm going to head back home. The view from here, by the way, is absolutely amazing. In fact, you can drive along the top of the dam, which is what I'm sitting on. You don't need to even get out your car if you don't want to, and the view to the west is spectacular. So it's a great place just to come and watch a sunset or something like that. Anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit more about today and how it had gone. I didn't come away with any photograph of note at all. Basically because my intent was to take the picture of the trees coming out of the water where they've been waterlogged over the years, but as I said before, the water level was too high for that. And that all comes down to my preparation. Now, I heard recently somebody say that about 75% of all landscape photography is in the preparation. It's the effort to get up, it's the effort to get out, to get everything ready, to get the equipment, the batteries, the filters, you name it, all of that all ready. And only 25% is the actual composition and maybe your equipment to actually take the photograph in the end. So 75% is a huge number, and I think I got 98% today of my preparation absolutely spot on. That's what I was trying to say, that when it comes to getting all the equipment together, coming out here, making the effort, putting the canoe in the water, I had my sandwiches with me, I had the cameras all ready to go. But the one thing I forgot to do was check that water level. It's a bit like going to the coast, really. You always check the tides and see whether the composition that you're going to want to be taking is it good time for that? Do you want low tide? Do you want high tide? Do you want something in between? And then of course you check the weather as well. So here, instead of tides, it was actually the water level of the lake, and I had just assumed, being winter, that it was going to be as low as I would need to. So my mistake, and not a waste of a day. It's been a beautiful day. It's been really nice to get out, and I was able to scout around quite a bit more. I think, in October, possibly when the fall colours are on the trees, autumn for those in the UK, then it's a spectacular place, no doubt about it. There's a good mix of pine trees and deciduous trees, and as you can see behind me, it'll make a very nice place to come and try and find a composition. But for today, no more luck. I'm going to call it a day, and I guess we will see you in the next adventure. Thank you very much.